Horten, a secret Punic colony. About 30 years ago, some surprising discoveries were made, just 15 kilometers south of Oslo. More than 300 terraces built of earth and stone and a large number of ruins of walls were considered controversial, as there was no basis for comparison in Norway. Mr. O.W. Rojan searched the literature and visited many countries, but the answer to who built the terraces and the masonry was not far away. In Horten, a little further out on the Oslo fjord, many similarities was recognized, and finally our discovered what the finds represented. Two stylized images of gods, which can be found all over Horten, convinced him. The stylized images represent Tanit. This representation is well known. The same cannot be said of the stylized version of Baal Hammon. He is easily recognizable by his twisted ram horns on his head. The stylized version may resemble an X, and imagine Baal running, with his arms in the air and his right hand open and his left holding the ring of the covenant. Baal's head passes between the upper bars of the X and is represented in a naturalistic way. Large masonry structures have been discovered both inside and outside the city, ruins of towers, over 31 meters in diameter, tombs, typical of the civilizations of the ancient Mediterranean area, and various finds proving that the Phoenicians were in Norway for several centuries. Maybe Horten was the capital of a secret colony, which was eventually completely lost in the veil of history. The Vikings, who had a great center of power here, seem to have inherited much from the Punic population, including shipbuilding, navigation, and extensive trade, perhaps especially the slave trade. We know how the Phoenicians rounded the terrain and carried out great changes in the landscape. They even made copies of Carthage, like Cadiz and Cartagena. Horten has many similarities to Carthage, and the location of the port, the administrative center, Bursa, the walls, the walled quarters and the cordon streets are exactly as they were in Carthage. The uncertain interpretation of the name Horten is incorrect, and the name may well be a reorgani. Zation of Kart Hadasht, the new city, which was also the Phoenician name for Carthage and the Spanish city of Cartagena. Look how similar Horten is to Carthage. It is no coincidence.